Hi, and welcome to Beauty Over 50. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite facial tools, not only for my skin, but also for relaxation, and that would be my facial rollers. Now, one thing I've learned about facial rollers is that they're not all equal. They are made of different materials. I've tried most of them. And today I wanted to talk about which ones I prefer. The use of the rollers is an ancient Chinese skincare practice where they believed that rolling the skin improved the healthiness of the facial skin. It's said to improve lymphatic drainage, reducing puffiness, increasing blood circulation, and as a result, giving your face an overall glow. Most people like to use these in the morning or in the evening following washing their face and applying skincare products, be it serums or moisturizers, and then they roll their face, and apparently this improves absorption of the product evenly throughout their face. I used to do that, but I actually have tools that I prefer now for distributing my product over my face. I tend to use my rollers a little differently than I used to. There are different types of materials used for the rollers. A very popular roller is a jade roller. Now, I did have one, but it broke. I did also have a clear quartz roller, which was a very good one, and that also broke. I think when it comes to the natural stone and quartz rollers, sometimes during manufacturing, I find they might have a small crack in them, which really does compromise them in terms of even the smallest, dropping on a countertop will result in breakage. So I've had two that broke. I do still have two quartz rollers I'm going to show you. When I show you these rollers, I also want to demonstrate that the quality of the actual construction of the roller really does matter. Especially for the way I like to use the rollers. I use my rollers for relaxation. I find them extremely relaxing, even during a break in my day, in the morning, before bed. And the quality of the roller needs to be there for me. It needs to be quiet, and it needs to be smooth, and it needs to feel good in my hand. This roller here is a rose quartz roller. It's still in one piece. It hasn't broken yet. I do like this roller, but it's not the one I typically reach for. I'll show you my favorites towards the end. Now, what I like about this roller is it does have a smooth movement to it. It's quiet. And one of the reasons it's quiet, and you can look for this feature in your rollers, is there's a rubber insert between this wire piece, this metal piece here, and the quartz. And that not only helps it smoothly spin, but it also helps it in terms of being silent. To me, that's a giant feature to look for in your roller. Next up, I'd like to show you this roller. Now, it's a pretty color. This is a Citrine roller. And it was actually quite pricey. So given the price, I was rather disappointed in the quality. It does not have the rubber insert that I talked about before. So both the mobility of the roller and the sound are greatly compromised. Yeah, I can demonstrate. Now, in terms of relaxation, that doesn't work for me. I need something a lot quieter and a lot smoother. So this one is a no-go for me. Next up, I'm going to show you my favorites and why. These here, they're my favorite rollers. I'll explain to you why I have 4. It's a little extra, but they bring me a lot of joy. These are made by SACHEU Beauty. They're solid stainless steel rollers. Why do I love these rollers? They have a lot of weight to them, and I like that. I like the heavy weight. I feel like I don't put a lot of pressure on my skin, but when I just gently lay it on my skin, I like the weight of them. I think it feels good and it relaxes me. The other thing I like about these is a lot of people, including myself, like their rollers to be cool on the skin. And you can put them in the refrigerator, and you can do that with your quartz rollers as well as these to cool them prior to rolling them on your skin. But what I like about these is even if I don't put them in the refrigerator, they maintain a lot of coolness. And I live in Florida, and we're kind of cheap with the air, so our home is not necessarily ultra chilled, if you know what I mean. But these do stay cool, and even if I've rolled them several times on my face, they still remain cool. So that's another feature about these I really enjoy. I also wanted to mention that I do use these rollers not only for my face, but I use them on my chest, on the back of my neck, and sometimes even on my legs. When my legs are feeling sore, I find that they do soothe my muscles. So they're just a win-win routine for me anyway. Let's talk about why I have 4 of them. I keep a pair in my bathroom for morning and evening use, and I also keep a pair at my desk just during the day for just a small moment of relaxation. I like to keep these in my desk drawer. I find that often during the day, if I have a Teams meeting and I'm preparing and I have to present, I might feel a little anxious. So I bring these out, I roller my face, and I kind of feel instantly refreshed. I also find that it doesn't disturb my makeup, and I actually can roller them over my eyelids and my eyeshadow stays in place. So that's a win-win for the makeup and for the relaxation. Let me show you how I use them. It does come with smaller rollers at the bottom, which I guess you could use in smaller places like your eyelids or around your eyes. I typically just stick with the larger rollers, but I go ahead and every time I roll, it's in an upward motion. You know, being over 50, pretty much all of my skincare routine, any pattern I use always has an upward motion. Downward is you know, just the direction I'm preferring not to go these days. So I just start, I do my whole neck, I do my face, I just start and I work in just upward motions. Always in an upward motion. And I might just pause sometimes by my eyes. Just keep going. I go right up my forehead. And I can start on my eyelids and just go right up. Sometimes I'll pause and put a little pressure. It's okay as well just to go right into your hairline. I also go right over my ears. As far as wiping them off during the day, I just use my makeup eraser, and it works great. I just wipe them off with that cloth. Just to also demonstrate the quality of this compared to that Citrine roller, you can take a listen to this one. I mean, there's no comparison to this sound. Just to reiterate the sounds, here's my stainless steel roller. I mean, the stainless steel roller is almost silent. For me, that's the way to go. So that's it. That's how I use these facial rollers for relaxation on a daily basis. I'd love for you to leave in the comments below how you use your facial rollers. Until next time, thanks for joining me, and I'm wishing you all a happy and relaxing day. Take care. Bye.